On this all-new episode of Nightlife, we head out into the community with Keegan Kolesar and Joel Ward.
Are you right-handed? So right-handed, hold it like this. Your left hand over. She just had a big smile on her face, and that's just what you want to see coming in things like this. Remember, when I was this young, learning about hockey, it gets you excited.
And we relive a very special night for Mason Morelli.
Mason Morelli, a little power play time here. Lake tips it towards it, and he scores! What a moment for Mason Morelli!
Plus, we sit down with Wardo to discuss Black History Month and his role inside the game.
It's kind of part of my duties. I think it was kind of passed along, but to show kids of color growing up and knowing that another fella in the neighborhood that kind of achieved his goals.
All of that and more this week on Nightlife. Welcome into this all-new episode of Nightlife. This past Tuesday night, the Golden Knights honored Black History Month at T-Mobile when they took on the Nashville Predators. Beyond the game itself, the VGK were very active in the community during the month of February as a whole. VGK forward Keegan Kolesar and assistant coach Joel Ward paid a visit to Doolittle Community Center to help grow the game of hockey.
Over here, this is number 55, Keegan Kolesar.
This is my second time coming back to this community center. A lot of familiar faces. They're still as loud as they were as last year, as you can hear it in the background. But a lot of them are very happy to be back again. They remember me. They remember how fun it was. All right, you ready? Let's go. Whoa! Whoa! There you go. Where are you going? Oh, where are you going? Here you go. So turn your hands. Hold it like this. Yeah, so hold your left hand up here. The other hand. What's up? It's called hockey. For hockey. This kid's fast, he can skate. Well, I guess run. Yeah, new ball.
To get this chance to introduce the game to some kids that have never even picked up a hockey stick before is truly special, because this is where it all started for me, is picking up a hockey stick, and I fell in love with it at the age of 6. And it kind of brings back a lot of great memories of, it started in the gym class, it started in street hockey, it started in the backyard with our friends and family members. So to give these kids another opportunity, another outlet, for me it was a way to relieve some steam, I think, as a kid, to get a chance to play a sport that, just wanted to play with other kids.
So much screaming. It feels like I'm out of practice right now. It's like there's 50 Marchies out here just screaming. Anytime you can help the community, it's a big honor, especially with the heritage that I come from. Same with Joel. When we get the opportunity to come help out and grow the game in communities like this, it means the world to us. I remember growing up, you see guys from the Moose or the Jets come around and try and grow the game, and I think now that I'm in this position I am, I think it's an honor to be able to do this.
You see the kids' faces when they see a Golden Knights jersey and you actually see a player that looks like them. That's huge.
Oh, you gotta come towards the net.
To have somebody in your backyard like Keegan that you can see on a day-to-day and face-to-face. You can turn on the TV or on the internet or what have you, or maybe even go down the street and catch a practice or a game. And it gives them a lot of hope and encouragement to play a sport that they've never seen before.
You ever try playing hockey? You want to try now? Are you right-handed? So right-handed, hold it like this. Your left hand over. So that hand. You're left-handed. So you would hold it like that then. Grab the ball right there and you can take some shots at me. See your slap shot. I let her take a couple shots at me, and she just had a big smile on her face, and that's just what you want to see coming in things like this. Remember, when I was this young, learning about hockey, it gets you excited.
If we can continue as a group to kind of get in the communities and introduce the game and playing a little ball hockey here, just getting a little bit of interest and a little spark, it can pay a lot of dividends to different neighborhoods and different people, and especially parents, I used to say, are a little timid by the hockey rink, just because of all the representation of people of color there. So for people like myself, for Keegan, again, to make sure that we're impacting the community and getting out there and raising our voices and awareness of the sport of hockey and how much fun it is. We both grew up playing it and love it, and it's still part of it today.
Whoa! Whoa! You want to score on their side? Okay, so get up there. You got to get up there to shoot it.
Some of them didn't want to stop playing, so just hopefully we can get a chance to do more of this in the future and continue to grow the game.
Go, go! Yeah! Your legs hurt? That's what happens when you're playing this game. Your body hurts. Good job.
I'm happy that they get to enjoy this game in any way possible they can. It's an honor to come out here, and however we can help, we're going to try.
Time for our first break on Nightlife. Coming up next, we head on the road to San Jose to relive a milestone first.
Mason Morelli, a little power play time here. Lake tips it towards it, and he scores! What a moment for Mason Morelli! In his first NHL game, has his first NHL goal!
Keep it locked. Nightlife on Scripps Sports will be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. After a tough stretch at home, the VGK looked to bounce back against the San Jose Sharks.
Mason Morelli today plays his first in the National Hockey League.
And I love this story. 28 years old, there's a look. A hot lap, opening lap by himself, has family here, able to fly in for the game.
We had a front row seat for Mason Morelli, got to see him come out the tunnel, real big smile on his face, and he's got a big section of family.
Yeah.
First game in the NHL, what a dream.
Now Logan Thompson, his first start since before the All-Star break. Golden Knights have won the first three this season against San Jose to the tune of 14-5. Underway from the Shark Tank. So the Golden Knights won the last meeting between these teams at the Fortress. Vlasic walking in on a save made by Thompson, and a scramble in the crease. Puck still free. Addison with a wrist shot. That may have caught the post. The Sharks buzzing in the Vegas zone.
We didn't play very good at the start. We got some big saves early on in the first 2-3 minutes, and then, Whitey Springs went for a breakaway and kind of got it started for us.
And now Zach Whitecloud snaps it up the middle. Michael Amadio's got a clean breakaway to the net, and he scores! Just like that on the first Vegas shot. 2:28 in, Michael Amadio on the breakaway.
A great feed by Whitecloud as he gets behind it. Look at Amadio, that open lane right up the middle. Great pass. He's in all alone, and he's going to go past the glove of Blackwood. First shot on goal for the Golden Knights, and Michael Amadio gives them the 1-0 lead with his 8th of the season.
The fact that we get a quick hitter breakaway goal probably demoralizes them for a few minutes at least till they get going. And it was long enough for us to get to our game and stay at our game, at least for the first period.
Sturm centered it, and LeBeg shot blocked, and a follow-up bid from Zadina, handled by Thompson. And the Golden Knights change it up a little bit. William Karlsson, Chandler Stevenson, Mark Stone on a line together. Karlsson shot turned away. Martinez with a wrist shot. Blackwood with a save. Karlsson scores! First chance went off the post, and he backhands in his own rebound. And the Golden Knights up too early in San Jose.
Well, I like the thought of this line together, loading up with Karlsson, Stevenson, and Stone in complete control of this shift, and some great work. Karlsson, the battle in front, and it's the extra effort as he wins the battle on Zetterlund, able to get it to the backhand as he shuffles it past Blackwood. And Karlsson's 17th gives the Golden Knights the 2-0 lead.
Offensive zone draw. Morelli wins it clean. Mason Morelli, a little power play time here. Lake tips it towards it, and he scores! What a moment for Mason Morelli! In his first NHL game, has his first NHL goal.
Here's the draw. Clean win by Morelli. They move it around. And what a pass by Alex Pietrangelo. Right to the slot, and Morelli able to deflect it past the blocker of Blackwood for his first NHL goal. And the Golden Knights grab a 3-0 lead.
I got to give all the credit to Petro on that one. He found me kind of in the slot there. It was a great play by him, but yeah, it was awesome, special, right? My family's here, so yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Coach, do you let yourself take in the moment of watching a player score their first NHL goal and the feelings that come with it?
Yeah, I didn't expect that, but on a power play, it was just kind of just a decision we made really quick. I thought it was later in the power play, actually. I misread the clock, but they were going out, and it worked out for us.
Morelli down low. Martinez a little further, sends it across, score! Colasar on the tip, on a beautiful look from Martinez, and the Golden Knights have opened up a 4-0 lead.
Morelli will pick up his second point of the day. Good little exchange as he drives high. Martinez is going to come down the wall. Here's the play off the cycle. Little play down low, up the wall. Martinez rolls down. This is where the Sharks lose. A little confusion, and a great job by Colasar to drive to the net. What a pass for Martinez as Colasar's fifth gives them the 4-0 lead.
And that will do it. First shutout this season and the fourth of his career for Logan Thompson. Turns away all 30 San Jose shots, and a 4-0 Vegas win as the Golden Knights sweep the season series against San Jose.
You get the goal in the first period, assist in the second. Were you looking for anyone to drop the gloves with in the third?
Yeah, that's what some of the guys were saying. I wasn't really looking too much, just kind of letting the game come to me.
I told him he should have fought somebody. That would have been a story, a Gordie Howe hat trick, first NHL game. But
at Mason Morelli, a moment he'll never forget. You talk about perseverance, not giving up on the dream.
Time for another break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we sit down with Joel Ward to discuss Black History Month and his role in making the sport a safe environment in which to play.
Your first game in the NHL came about 18 years ago. So for the next decade, we're going to hear other young players say that Joel Ward was the person that they looked up to. How do you view both the privilege and responsibility that comes with that?
Well, Ash, I never thought about, I love the game. I never thought about, I consider myself a role model and a positive influence for sure, but just to hear you say that is definitely meaningful.
Stay with us. Nightlife will be right back. Welcome back to Nightlife. Joel Ward has become an outstanding ambassador for the game of hockey. He serves as a role model for so many, not only in the Las Vegas community, but across the hockey world as well. Our very own Ashley Weiss sat down with Joel to discuss what this month means to him and his efforts inside the game.
Well, Joel, we always have so much fun talking hockey with you, but we're really excited to talk about something much bigger than the game. How often do you let yourself step back and reflect, especially during February and Black History Month?
Definitely is a good time for me to reflect, actually. It's a good time for me, obviously, with my kids too. I got two boys, so just to peel back a little bit of kind of my journey, my path in this sport and what it's done for me and some of the good and the bad, I would say, that along the way. So definitely is a good time for myself to reflect and just with family and to honor those before me.
You mentioned your boys. One of your sons is named Robinson.
Yes.
You also wore the number 42,
yep.
All in honor of the great Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
Were there any role models in hockey in particular, though, that you looked up to?
I did. Kevin Weeks was somebody that kind of got my family into hockey. He was the athlete in the neighborhood growing up as kids, and just to have somebody that was black, we share similar roots as well, being both of us, our family's from Barbados, so that representation was really impactful to not just myself, but my brothers as well, growing up playing hockey, and definitely owe a lot to him and his family. Got a chance to watch Grant Fuhr growing up over the years. Anson Carter was another one. Just kind of that representation. I've had Klaus Vergerin's hockey card. I remember opening up hockey cards as a kid and, there's a black hockey player, and not knowing anything about him. But, for me, that's very inspirational for me growing up, and others. It was definitely impactful in the game.
Did any of those names you mentioned ever give you any advice that stuck with you through your career or even sticks with you today?
Yeah, Kevin was a guy that I kind of had as a mentor, I think, growing up through as I was coming up from junior hockey and pro ranks. He played pro before me, obviously, so just to kind of hit them up for any influences or for any advice and some words of wisdom. For a person of color, hockey can be a pretty lonely spot, so to have somebody on your corner that's been through that, especially through the pro ranks, I would say was definitely meaningful for me and helpful along my path.
Your first game in the NHL came about 18 years ago. Mm-hmm. So for the next decade, we're going to hear other young players say that Joel Ward was the person that they looked up to. How do you view both the privilege and responsibility that comes with that?
Wow, Ash, I never thought about, I love the game. I never thought about, I consider myself a role model and a positive influence for sure, but just to hear you say that is definitely meaningful. Actually, that took me back a little bit. I never thought about it, but again, I think it's kind of part of my duties. I think it was kind of passed along, but to show kids of color growing up and knowing that, another fella in the neighborhood that kind of achieve his goals, I think for me is, I was very proud of who I am. I think most importantly, that's one thing that I'd love to share is I'm very proud of my background and my parents and where I came from, and to stay true to myself and staying positive, having goals, having dreams, and following your path, and don't let nobody stop you. I think that was something I kind of carried myself, and hopefully others kind of followed my path and understand a little bit about me, and they can kind of follow those same dreams as well.
Time for one final break here on Nightlife. Coming up next, we continue our conversation with Ashley and Joel.
For me, it's having those conversations. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but and it's just about educating one another. And that's something that I've kind of taken upon myself over the years, just for guys to understand and learn and respect one another.
Keep it locked, right here on Nightlife. Welcome back to Nightlife. We continue our conversation with Ashley and Joel.
What growth have you seen in the game since you came into the league?
The game has come a long way for sure. I definitely see, obviously for one, visibly more minorities in the sport. I think just from being in minor hockey rinks, I see parents from all different backgrounds, which I've never seen before. For my parents, my mother and dad, they might be the only black parents in the arena at that time, when we're watching myself and my brothers are playing. So to see it a little bit more accessible for parents and for kids, I think it's going to continue to keep growing and growing. And I think once we kind of do that, I think you'll see a lot more people at the rinks.
What is the Hockey Diversity Alliance?
Yes, the HDA, unbelievable group. Just kind of founded a couple years ago. Just 9 of us actually kind of got together, and Akeem Alou's story kind of came out. He went through a little bit some challenges through his path. He kind of faced some racism in the game, and a bunch of us was just kind of there it was like a support group, I think, just to kind of let them know that we're all there. But at the same time, we all share the same common goal, as we all face the same racism in the sport at some point in our careers. So it's just a matter of helping try to limit those cases as much as possible and try to weed out the bad apples and making sure that hockey is safe and for everybody. So very proud of our group.
What you guys are doing is incredible, but it's just a small group, and we're talking about this right now because it is February, but it's a 24/7, 365-day-a-year effort that it takes. What can the rest of us be doing on a daily basis to help us get where we need to be?
I think just continue to learn, continue to have conversations. I think a lot of people, I definitely try to encourage, I think especially my teammates, when I was playing, I was encouraged just to have conversations with my teammates. I think a lot of people are just unaware of some of the experiences that I went through as a player. They just never saw that side, I think, and that day-to-day interaction and what life was really like. So obviously my upbringing and my lifestyle is a lot different from a lot of the players in the locker room growing up. So it's just about educating one another. And that's something that I've kind of taken upon myself over the years. Hopefully I get a chance to have conversations here with the guys. We've kind of had some small ones just from individually, but just for guys to understand and learn and respect one another. And I think we all come from different backgrounds for sure, but if we can all respect and understand where people get along, I think it'll make us a stronger society in whole.
You had a chance to participate in a ball hockey clinic last week. How would you describe the feeling of having the chance to be boots on the ground and relating to these young kids?
Actually, it hit home. It brought back a lot of memories of where I started in the gym classroom, community centers. Ball hockey was kind of the grassroots of how I got into the game. So to see those young boys and girls' faces, just to see them even proper when they finally learned how to hold the stick properly, it was just a small reward of that sense. But for me, it was just more of giving them another outlet, knowing that there's another sport that they could play. And I mean, the game gives so much. There's different areas in the game that you can kind of take part in, and representation as well. I mean, Keegan Colasar, they've got an NHL player right in their backyard. So to see that, the kids' faces lit up, and it was a really cool experience, and hopefully you get a chance to do some more.
What makes this game so great, and what's your message to any kids wondering if they should get into it?
That's a good question, actually, but when you first introduce picking up a hockey stick, there's no better feeling. You know, it's just being around a team sport, camaraderie, being around your peers is something that's been pretty special. And it's lifelong bonds over the course of my career anyways, that I became friendships, and the game's done so much for me and my family that I was able to live my dream. So again, the sport is accessible, and hockey is for everybody. So I think it's something that everybody should try to experience once in their lifetime.
You make an incredible role model for all, so thanks so much for everything that you do for us, and thanks for taking the time to chat as well.
Thank you.
That does it for this week on Nightlife. Make sure to tune in next week for a special trip to the Hockey Hall of Fame when the VGK travel to Toronto. Until then, Golden Knights fans, we bid you adieu.